What's up, guys? Ryan with the MXG channel. I want to give you guys a garage update. I know some of you guys like that. I haven't done that in a while. We got a couple new projects going on, so let's show them to you. First of all, the DR650. Told you guys what the deal was with that. My buddy Mike that I dual sport with all the time recently got a 690 Adventure, so we've got to show this thing some love so it can keep up with that 690 Adventure. So we're going tubeless on the wheels and tires because tubes give me anxiety having to carry tubes and tire tools with me in the bike. We serviced the forks, did shiny new boots, did new springs. The springs are really weak on these DR stock, so springs really liven it up. The rear shock, we're doing a service. The bumper on it was completely disintegrated. Needed a heavier spring as well. And I got this thing apart and realized I accidentally ordered the wrong seal head. A lot of times you can reuse the seal head if you service these things on the correct intervals, but this bike is a bike that you know, the shock comes apart once a decade. So you want to go ahead and replace this seal head because this one's dry rotted around the edge anyway and the shock was leaking. So another bummer that I didn't know is these DR springs. If you order a spring from Racetech, it won't just work because the shock collar right here doesn't fit. So it fits inside the stock spring, and the Racetech spring is a different ID, so it will not fit. You have to order the collar from Racetech. That's the only place I could find it, and it is like $60. So that was a bummer. So this thing is taking up a little more time on the lift than I wanted it to. And check this out. Air box right here, right? Sits in here like this. You take this outer cover off, you look at the air filter. Guys, I ride this bike, you know, so far I've been busy. I've rode this bike 5 or 6 times a year. Never really messed with the air filter. I would take the cover off, make sure it looked clean, make sure it had oil on it, and I left it be. But when I took this air box off, I noticed that hole that goes through the air filter on the other side. Who knows how long that's been there. Inside of the carb doesn't look dirty, so hopefully it didn't suck a lot through, but definitely gives you a little bit of anxiety. Front sprocket about to go on, so I can bring this thing down on the revs. Hopefully make this vacuum carb work a little better at slow speed. Yeah, so a few more days on that. And then we got the KE100 over here, 93 model. I finally got the parts in for it. Mason's starting on it now. Carb rebuild. We got a, let's see, what did we get here? We got a piston from Wiseco. It's the only place I could find that was still making one of those. Vertex had the gasket kits. I had trouble finding the carb rebuild kit. I couldn't find it from All Balls. I couldn't find it from Shindy. Normally Shindy's got stuff from what, you know, way back in the 80s. This kit actually came out of Canada. I found it on Amazon. So yeah, it took a little while to get here, but it's here now. And don't have a lot of experience with these things, so it should be fun. A couple other things. The race bikes are good to go. The weather's just been so bad. We can't ride moto here in Appalachia right now, but we do have some trips planned really soon. 300, we went and did Trail 199 a few weeks ago. Those videos from the Hatfield McCoy are going to be popping up every Tuesday on the channel until like sometime in March. 1 a week, so I don't overload you guys with that. Oh yeah, these 50s. Picked up this TTR 50 for cheap back before Christmas. Needs some tubes, some plastics, and a battery. Got that stuff, just got to put it on. And this TTR 50 and this XR 50 will both be for sale. So if you know any kids that need any 4-stroke 50s, I'll have 2 of them within the next few weeks ready to roll. And then this KLX. You guys been around the channel for a long time. You remember this KLX. It's like an 03. I bought it for $300 back way pre-COVID and everything, before prices on these things went nuts. Had some issues with the cam and the rear brake. Fixed that, and we rode it for a long time. I put the Pro Wheel shock on it. I put the BBR damping rod kit in the forks with the adult springs. Really makes it a fun little pit bike. Bars, I put CRF 50 bars because I couldn't get the pit bike highs at the time. These are too high, but they're better than nothing. Problem with this thing is last time I rode it, it's not really holding compression. I think the top end's just shot. I think the rings are just shot. So we're going to go ahead and do a like a BBR big bore kit. I think you can do the 134 or 138 or something like that. So this will be going up on the lift soon as well. Is that carb rebuilt yet, buddy?
Oh yeah, we're working on it, bud.
Oh yeah.
It's good for you.
Nice.
Nice and fresh.
You don't think that scratch will hurt anything, do you?
I mean, you were the master behind this, so.
I think, who approved that? Somebody in management approved that?
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Well, I scraped the gasket off. I don't think I'm going to put a whole lot of more work into it. We'll just kind of see how it goes. All right, the head is on the KE. It's got a fresh Wiseco, fresh gaskets. Got a fresh NGK plug to throw in her. Now we're kind of scared to see what the deal is with the carb and the oil injection setup. All right, YouTube, what treasures do you think we might find taking this off? I'm pulling this off for the first time with you guys. It's never been off. No idea what we'll find in here. Oh, it's not that bad. Little circular paper filter. Huh. I'm surprised. Could have been way worse. I thought there was going to be some foam thing in there that had been eaten apart by rats, and yeah, it's not bad at all. Blow this off with the air hose and probably use it for a little bit. Nice. Just kind of slides in there. Cool. Okay, so cylinder, header on, carb is rebuilt. I don't think we can really check the oiler until we get this thing started and idling. Air filter wasn't in that bad a shape, but we're not getting any spark. We had to stick a screwdriver in the key switch to get that turned on, and we're trying various coils from around the garage off various bikes to see if we can plug one up and see if it's the coil. I learned the hard way many a time. You always start with the simplest thing first. So if I've got no spark, you start with the plug, you go to the plug cap, you go to the coil, and you move out from there. You know, keep it simple. But yeah, worst case, we don't find a coil that we can kind of get hooked up tonight, and we'll have to order one. They're only about 20 bucks on the Amazon. We're gonna have a lot of other stuff to order too from AOMC, brakes and cables and stuff like that as well. So just happy to make progress. We've made more, you know, progress tonight than you know, the last 6 years. So let's keep the momentum. This blue DR is the next one to go up on the lift too. It's got a base gasket leak. Starts great, runs great. Actually runs better than my other one, but after about 100 miles, the base gasket starts leaking and running all over your boot. You can see back here on the back. I picked this bike up really cheap, and I didn't know why at the time. After the first few rides on it, I found out why. But you can see where they tried to patch it on the back of the base gasket. So I'm gonna pull that off, fix that. Already have the gaskets right here. And then, interestingly enough, this one needs a shock rebuild as well. Bumper is completely disintegrated and gone. No big deal. We'll knock that out. Versus. The Versus is for sale, guys. It's a fun bike. It's a little... I found out it's a little more street-oriented than I will be needing for, you know, the foreseeable future. So if any of you guys are interested in this Versus 650, you know, just reach out. You can message me on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll talk about it. Would love to get this to somebody that would appreciate it.